Have you ever wondered what language actually is, or how we can effortlessly create endless sentences that others understand? Well, there's a whole field of science dedicated to answering these questions. It's called linguistics, and it's the scientific study of language itself. Think of it this way. Linguists are like detectives for language. They investigate everything from the tiniest sounds we make to the complex rules that govern our conversations. They want to know how language is structured, how we produce sounds, how we create meaning, and how we use language differently in various social situations. So, in simple terms, linguistics is all about figuring out how language works. It's a huge field with many fascinating branches. Let's dive into some of the main ones. First up is phonetics. This is the study of speech sounds. Phoneticians look at the physical side of language, like which parts of your mouth, your tongue, your teeth, your lips you use to make a certain sound. For example, they study the subtle difference in how you produce the P sound in pat versus the B sound in bat. One involves a little puff of air, the other doesn't. Cool, right? Next is phonetics. This is closely related to phonetics, but focuses on how sounds are organized into patterns within a specific language. While phonetics describes the sound, phonology explains its function. It tells us why swapping P for B in pin creates a completely different word, bin. It's all about the sound rules that make a language make sense. Then we have morphology, which is the study of words and how they're built. Morphologists look at the building blocks of words, roots, prefixes, and suffixes. For instance, take the word unhappy. It's made of the prefix un meaning not, and the root word happy. Morphology helps us understand how we can create new words and change their meanings. Moving up a level, we get to syntax. This is all about sentence structure. Syntax explains why "she is reading a book" sounds perfectly normal in English, but reading book she is sounds like something Yoda would say. Every language has its own rules for word order, and syntax is the study of those rules. But what do all these words and sentences actually mean? That's where semantics comes in. Semantics is the study of meaning. It explores how words and sentences convey ideas. For example, the word bank can mean the side of a river or a place where you keep money. Semantics helps us understand how we interpret these different meanings. But meaning isn't just about dictionary definitions. That's why we have pragmatics, which studies meaning in context. It's about what we really mean, not just what we say. If someone asks, "Can you open the window?" they're not actually questioning your ability. It's a request. Pragmatics helps us read between the lines. Language is also deeply connected to our society, which brings us to this branch looks at how language varies based on social factors like region, social class, or gender. It explains why we might speak formally in a job interview but informally with our friends. It's the study of dialects, accents, and all the social flavors of language. And what about the brain? That's psycholinguistics. It connects language to the human mind, exploring how we learn, process, and sometimes struggle with language. It tackles big questions like how a baby learns to talk or what happens in our brains when we hear a sentence. Finally, all this knowledge has to be useful, right? That's the job of applied linguistics. This field puts linguistic theories into practice to solve real-world problems. This includes everything from developing better methods for teaching a second language to speech therapy and translation. So, from the tiniest sound to the grandest conversation, linguistics covers it all. It's a journey into the very essence of what makes us human. If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of language. Thanks for watching.